At the end of the match, like we knew, Baltazar was gonna come out, save his partner, you know. But we're heels, they're supposed to be the faces, right? So we're in the ring, all three of us. We're laying the boots to batting. We're going to town. Baltazar is sitting in the back of the room with the audience. He literally gets up and takes like 3 steps, jumps over the guardrail to the point where his foot lands on the apron. And now he's in the ring. We're like, what the fuck? And we all know how he hits.
Yeah.
Me and Marche got the fuck out of Dodge. We left Willie ass in there. Like, we sorry, somebody got to be the sacrifice. So now we're supposed to cut this promo, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're heels, they're babies.
Yeah.
Baltazar grabs the mic and starts cutting a heel promo on us. And because the crowd doesn't understand who's this guy that was sitting with the fans a second ago, how he's in the ring now, and they're like, boo. So I'm like, okay, we'll deal with it. We'll make it work. So I tell the guys, hey, we're going to be out of town. You guys kind of got to figure out the promo.
Yeah.
So I'm legit in the Bahamas when I see the promo. And the promo is William Marche are talking, and Jazz comes up like, hey, man, I'm going to manage you guys tonight. And I even got my C Red outfit. And like he whips out this little black fedora and like, zang. And the running gag was they would use a piece of paper and say it's not in the contract. So first it was paper, then we used toilet paper, and then finally we used a big roll of fucking paper towel. Like every time, like Jazz, it's not in your contract, not in your contract, not in your contract. Like eventually we knew we were gonna add him, but the
Yeah.
original member was Jeff Brooks.
Oh God, was he the one that came? What was that song? Like, believe it or not, I'm walking on air, something like that.
That's what he came out to, but the
Yeah,
promo
but that guy,
came
that
out with
guy.
us
Yeah.
to us, and the video is still out there.
Mm-hmm.
He came down the street to Staying Alive
Oh,
because remember he wore all those '70s type clothes.
yeah, yeah. What was
So
his gimmick's name? It was
Jeff,
something.
Jeff Brooks.
Okay, I could have sworn it was like some weird name at the beginning there. Okay, I'm remembering that. Oh, jeez, that's awesome. I remember that dude. I remember you guys like really vividly. I just like I couldn't remember who came. It was almost like chicken the egg to me. Like who came first, Willie or Jazz?
So it was me and
Willie.
Willie, then Marche.
Sure.
Then I literally brought Diamond in, and then uh, Jazz had to get in our good graces.
Yeah.
But eventually, so then it was Jeff Brooks, but that wasn't the long term plan anyway.
Yeah.
It was going to be Jazz.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Diamond, I don't remember. I
Diamond
remember.
was in the because
Yeah.
actually, um, and that's it was because of the whole collective is how we wound up getting to Chikar because we so Elite had booked. I don't know if you remember. Elite had booked a matinee show at the Midlow Dome, uh, running concurrent with running right before IWA Mid South, and I think I can't remember the name of the tournament, but like they brought everybody in. So Kevin Steen was there. Austin Aries, Cole Cabana, uh, Mike Quackenbush, Claudio Castagnoli, like Brian Daniels, like all these cats were there. Um, but like Ian's thing was because the Tomasellis worked for Ian, so
Yeah.
Vito kind of talked to him, said, "Hey, we got a ring, we got a show coming up. We can do our show early, and you can, that way if fans want to stay for your show, like they $5 off, and you still get fans in the building."
Yeah.
And uh, Mike Quackenbush saw our match. It was us versus Cash Inc. Hunter Payne, uh, Trauma, who became JD Hughes.
Yep.
I forget who else. Her brother, Johnny Cash.
Johnny Cash, Kimberly Cash. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
um, I just asked them afterwards, because people always say, "Oh, I saw your stuff." I'm like, "Oh, okay." So he said it, and I asked him, "So, did you like it? Did you not like what? Like, what can we do?" Because I knew who Mike Quackenbush was.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't think anybody else knew,
Yeah.
but I am a studier of wrestling. So I knew this dude had been to Japan. This dude had been to Europe. He's been places. We're trying to get there.
Yeah.
How do we get there? We asked the person that's been there. And he was like, he told us like what made us unique was our look, and we looked like a team, and the fact that, we had a manager and a valet, you know. And he was like, and everybody looks the part. And he was like, I would love to book you guys at King of Trios. What the hell is King of Trios? And I didn't say,
Yeah.
I didn't say that, but
No. Yeah.
I was like,
Just say yes.
right, literally. And after that, it was like when I found out, I talked to Vito and Ben, and they were like, dude, it's a huge tournament, like huge, like one of the biggest in the States.
Gotcha. Well,
And I was like, oh.
I got no problem asking it. What is the King of Trios? I haven't heard of it.
So Chikara's King of Trios. Again, Chikara isn't around anymore. But
What
King
did
of
what do
Trios,
they got base out of?
Philly.
Philly. Okay.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Um, they would bring uh, a 3-man team uh, from all over the world. So you had people from Japan, you had teams from Europe, you had people local, like,
Mhm.
and of course, because they have their own roster, they got teams based off their rosters. So like for us, um, you think a Chicago crowd is not Philly
Yeah.
is not the place you want to be. Either they're gonna like, there's no middle ground, there's no gray area.
Mhm.
Either they're gonna
Well,
like you or they're gonna fucking hate you.
and this is all post ECW too, because by this time
Yeah,
ECW was done.
yeah, and that's what we ran out of,
Mhm.
the ECW arena.
Okay.
So
Gotcha. So you're getting ECW fans, which I've seen enough videos. So yeah, I still remember that one video of all the fans throwing chairs into the ring, with Joey yelling, "Quit throwing the chairs!" Like that. That still is in my head. Like seeing videos like that. So I know people say like Chicago has great wrestling fans, but I've seen how aggressive Philly could be.
And we do, but they do, like you said, you have to base your opinion off of what you've seen. So when you've
Yeah.
seen that ECW crowd,
Hmm.
and it's like, oh shit. And like, so for me, when we first walked into the arena, um, it was me, Shay, Jazz, Willie, and Damian Dunn. And we took Damian because we didn't know if Willie was showing up or not. Because we had kept, like, again, I'm the manager. So
Yeah.
I had, this is our flight. I, and our flight was like 7 that morning. Like, I need everybody at my house or at the airport by 5.
Yeah.
This is the flight. I need confirmation when you book your flight. Marche got back to me. Jazz got back to me. Never heard anything from Will.
Did he
And
just assume that you would assume that he was going, or?
I have no idea what he was thinking. But my thing was, dude is like, he's he's putting us up. So he's
Mhm.
paying for that. He's paying for our uh our fee. Like, we just have to get there. Okay.
Yeah.
And I've done that ride to Philly in a car with 4 other dudes. It's not fun.
Hmm.
So I wasn't doing that. So I'm like, we're flying. In Southwest, again, if you early enough, you can get good deals.
Oh yeah.
So it was like, come on. This dude never says anything. Now I'm panicking because I need a big dude. Because everybody has their role.
Hmm.
Marche is the high fly. Jazz is the tech in the speedster. Willie, you're supposed to be the power.
Yep.
And I haven't heard from you. I have no power. Now I could have brought my gear and just called it a day. But
I was gonna ask you if that was ever a thought.
it was a thought, but I'm like, he didn't he's paying me to be a manager.
Yeah.
So I need to manage.
Mhm.
So I called Damien. And Damien said he could do it. So he went. Uh, and then, of course, that morning, we're literally getting ready. It's me, Damien, and my wife is going to take us to the airport. And the doorbell rings. And we look, and it's Willie. And it's like, really? Now you show up. Like, dude. But yeah, we walked in, at least for me, I walked into the ECW arena knowing how much history had been there. And then it doesn't make it any better that they have banners on the walls that they had
Mhm.
just started putting up of who they were inducting into the Hall of Fame for ECW. And it was like, oh, this is real. And you look outside and you see like 400 people in line. What the fuck?
Mhm.
400 and they're in line. And then by the time the show is getting started, it's 700 people. What the fuck? And for me, these people don't know who the fuck we are. No negativity, but we're 4 black guys from Chicago.
Yeah.
Nobody, we thought nobody knew who we were. I put it like that. We had a
Okay.
guy walk up, and me and Marche were behind the merch table, and he literally had pictures of us in Windy City. We don't know where he got these pictures from, and he just asked us to sign them, and then asked us to
I,
take a picture with him, and we were like, like for me and Shay, that was the moment. Like people do know who we are,
That's pretty awesome. That's cool. And it's not like it's like Illinois to Indiana. You're talking about Illinois to Pennsylvania.
right?
That's fantastic.
And we had never been to Pennsylvania before, so it was like, so when we go out there, like we literally went out there night one, and it was because of the Soldier Boy. Like
Mhm.
people saw us dancing and saw us synchronized, and and they were like, okay. And then night two, that Saturday, which now the number is now up to 900 people. Like, dude, we lost, but to see everybody stand on their feet and chant, "Please come back!"
Yeah.
Like, wow, like, is this really happening? Like, you want us to come back? Like, shit. And then the next night, by us being knocked out of the tournament,
Mhm.
uh, Marche and Willie got to wrestle um, tag teams, even though they got knocked out. But they got knocked out by the Young Bucks.
Oh, was there a third Young Buck?
No, it was so at that. So what they did was because the tournament had came down to like four teams, so
Yeah.
they put in a tag team gauntlet
Oh, okay.
for the teams that didn't make it, and he picked Jazz and Willie, which
Mhm.
was cool, But for us, it was just the fact that, and again, I knew who the Young Bucks were.
Yeah.
I knew this is that tag team in Cali that's been making all that damn noise. Like,
Mhm.
and to see Marche and Willie hang, for at least 7 minutes with the Young Bucks, like, oh,
Yeah.
we could do that shit. Like, you can't tell me,
Epic.
my team couldn't hang. Like, okay.
Yeah. Do you remember the team that you guys defeated on night one to advance to night two?
I want to say like a Tomico or something. They were Lucha guys.
Okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
but they had the main guy was named Cobra. Uh,
Okay.
his
So
mask was
how many of those Shikara trio tournaments were you guys able to be a part of?
one, two, three. I want to say. I think we did three.
Okay. And they're all based out of Pennsylvania?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
second one, Philly. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
That's cool. So you got Soul Touchers growing a fan base out there in Philadelphia.
dude. But it's because of Chikara
Yeah.
that like people started watching matches, whether they were there live or
Hmm.
uh, buying the DVDs. Like, dude, our people were talking about us in Europe.
Yeah.
Like, that was the one time where I hated, uh, I hated Marche, Jazz, and Willie. We got offered to. I got a call uh, from Mike Quackenbush. One of his teams could not make the European tour,
Yeah.
and he was like, "Is there any way you guys can make the tour?" And I was like, "I'm not sure." And he was like, "Well, the promoter, all you have to do is get to, I think it was London, wherever we had to get to. It only cost $700, which again, I say that like that's no money, but 700.
Hmm.
But
Yeah.
the two promoters working the tour were then going to fly us uh, from Germany and Europe and fly us home. Like, all we had to do was get there. Everything else was covered. Everything else would have been paid for. Like, we wouldn't have to worry about nothing. We just had to get there. And I was the only one with a passport.
So it's not like they would have loved to have gone. They just didn't have a passport to get there.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
wow.
like Marche was like, I think I can borrow the money because at the time he wasn't married. So he
Yeah.
was like, I think I can borrow the money from my parents, you know. And I was like, okay, great. So that's one down.
Yeah.
Jazz, this is what's going on. Uh, can you do it? He needs an answer tonight. And it was like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to come up with that type of money. I said, Jazz, I just need you to look, explore every option. So he said he would try. Willie was just no. And it was like, but I think it was more Willie had never flown before until we went to Philly the first time. And that story, all in itself, when you see Marche at the Mr. Bill tournament, ask him about the plane ride going to Philly. That shit, Willie on a plane, golden, golden. And I don't do it justice. So,
Philly Willy plane ride on it.
yes, yes,
I got,
that is what it's called.
I'll definitely ask him. Well, yeah. And so you guys had Soul Touchers running. Obviously, it's incredible. In fact, you made it to trios tournament in Chicago and Philadelphia. Um, you guys actually, was it this past year that CSW inducted the Soul Touchers into the Hall of Fame?
No, that wasn't CSW. That
Oh,
was the Chicago uh, guy, and I'm on the board. It's like the Chicago, Illinois, uh, Chicagoland. Uh, it's like the cauliflower alley.
oh, okay. For some reason, why did I think this was at CSW? Huh.
No, Willie got inducted into the
Oh,
Hall of Fame,
gotcha.
and Willie got inducted, and we introduced him. Uh, so,
Okay,
but
gotcha.
yeah, we were inducted in 2022. I just looked at the plaque last night. Like, wow, it's been that long.
So you went from the Cure, Team Dammit into the Cure, Soul Touchers. Talk to me about ARC.
ARC
Them
saved my life. Uh,
ARC did come after Soul Touchers, right?
yes, yeah.
Okay.
So a lot of people, and I don't know why, they like the soul touchers was still a thing. We were still hot,
Okay.
and not just hot here. We were hot in the nation. Like, um, but here, like, dude, Chicago is so unappreciative, and I'm just shooting, and I'm being honest. Um, like we would go to other cities, where it was Pennsylvania, whether it was Ohio. We could go other places. Uh, people want our merchandise. People want, T-shirts, DVDs, wristband. Like, that's why people call me the king of merch, because I would make whatever and sell it.
Mhm.
And but here we couldn't sell, dude. I couldn't sell a $2 wristband. Like, we put our 8x10s out, people look at them, oh, that's nice, and keep walking. And it's like, what the like, like
Why do you think that is? Is it just because of the expectation of like I could see you guys, four times a month, depending on where I go? What's the mindset of a fan? Because I've
I
seen it.
that part I can't answer, Travis,
Yeah.
because I have. again, our second trip to Chicago,
Mhm.
and Diamond went with me this trip.
Yeah.
And we took 3 suitcases, hers, mine, and a merch suitcase.
Yeah.
The merch suitcase was exactly 40 pounds. All our t-shirts, I had all new DVDs made,
Mhm.
all kind of stuff. I literally sold everything. And so this next part I'm going to say, not to brag, but just because I felt it was the right thing to do. I sold so much merch, I gave everybody a cut that night. Now you have to understand, I got the t-shirts designed and printed. I got the DVDs designed and burned. Well, I burned them, but
Mhm.
like I had to go buy the DVDs and all of that. Wristbands. I'm the one that had to place the orders, and so technically nobody. The only person that could say it was theirs was Diamond, and that's because we was married. But I knew that merch would not have sold if it was not for uh, Jazz, Marche, Willie.
Yeah.
And the second time we went, Jazz had broke his leg in IWA Mid South, um, so he couldn't go. So
Mhm.
we had to take trauma. So um, yeah, but I gave everybody a cut only because I felt like you guys helped move the merchandise.
Yeah.
People saw what you do, and that's why people bought 8x10s and buttons and all this other stuff. And it was like, so I only felt it was fair, you know.
No,
I what I
I
was
think that's
looking.
a great mindset. Yeah, that's fantastic. You know, not many people would do that. You know, and
Well,
again,
again, like, dude, I think I want to spend, and I'm not bullshitting. I think over $1,000, if not more, in merchandise just for that weekend,
yeah.
and to sell everything, like
Mhm.
come back with nothing. It was like I could not have done that if it wasn't for them.
Yeah, yeah,
You know, so it was like, hey, but you know, dude, you would think people, like when I started my sabbatical, all my DVDs, all my everything was $1. $1. Wristbands, buttons, 8x10s. Not a 5x7, 8
yeah.
by 10. I'm charging $1. I got $2 in that thing right now. That's it.
Do better, Chicago. Come on, man.
All the shows I've done. Like, come on, y'all. Like, everything is $1. Like, I don't want to look back, 10, 15 years later and look at this binder. I want to be able to say, oh yeah, I used to have that picture and used to have that picture. Not I got a stack of them still. You know, I'm gonna start mailing them out as Christmas cards in a minute. Shit.
There you go. You gotta tell your I don't want to make the joke, but tell your grandkids to fucking sell that shit for you. Tell Pac-Man and Gabagool and Double J and yeah, guys, these are his grandkids. You can ask them. Tell them to get out there and start selling some merch for you.
I need somebody to sell us. Clearly, they don't want to see my face. But like I said, Chicago fans
Yeah.
they're great, but they they hold on to their money tight. And I
Yeah.
understand, we
I
are living it, you know.
I could get it, but like I mean, like especially like when I'm at SCW and I'm like doing commentary up on that stage at Shabant's, and I see the merchandise table is right there in front of me, and people come and look by, but nothing really gets sold. Some things here and there, but not a whole lot.
And
Mostly t-shirts, not pictures, but even 50-50 raffles people aren't buying into. It's just like,
well, again, I get the 50-50 raffles because it's a 50-50 raffle. Um, but like for me,
yeah,
like people don't understand. Like this is how we make our living.
yeah,
There have been times where uh you work for a promoter, they stiff you on pay,
mhm,
and you're pissed as shit. Because you hear the same story. Well, the gate was short. Well, guess what, guys? We still got money to go eat, put gas in the car, because we sold some merch tonight. That makes it a little bit easier.
mhm,
If you don't make anything at all and you don't sell anything, and it's not like you're not selling, you know,
yeah,
and it's like, wow, like, okay. So I guess because I'm not on TV, or at that point, it
yeah.
was like, wow, Now I sold some stuff after I appeared on NWA, but it was like, it shouldn't have to take me to be on TV.
No, yeah, and I don't understand like why that would have to be a difference. Like when you sit here, like especially right now, you look at everything we talked about so far in this, in this interview. It's like that alone, people should sit there and think like, yeah, there's DVDs. Yeah, I want a part of that history. You let me know what DVDs you got, Sierra, because I will buy some
Dude, the
DVDs.
funny part is I have nothing left at this point.
Oh, you're killing me, Sierra. I'm,
You know what?
I, I,
So
I'm
I
willing to
have
spend money, and now you got nothing.
no, I have the three original DVDs that I did keep for myself. So I have the entire Elite collection because remember Elite sold all of their shows. So I have every copy of that.
Mhm.
Uh,
I have about
and
8 of them. I have 8 of those DVDs.
I've got all of them. Even when they started doing ETV,
Hmm.
I've got those too. So
Do you remember the dog collar tag match?
not offhand, but I'm sure it's upstairs.
It's yeah, Team War versus the Tomasellis.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. If you ever watch it, I'm the guy doing the video camera. I'm wearing a beanie cap. I got long hair. I'm I'm still a big dude, but a little bit slender. Yeah, I'm the guy doing the I did the camera for that entire show. And everyone kept asking me, he's like, "Are you a wrestler?" And I'm like, "I'm trying to be, but shut up. I gotta watch this camera." Um
You
I
know
thought it was
what? Because I remember somebody saying when we went to the bar
Mhm.
that somebody asked them that. And I was like, why would fans be bothering the cameraman
Yeah,
while he's shooting
yeah,
the show? Like,
yeah. Well, and that's the thing too, like because like back then when I was in training, because I blew up since I stopped training, but back then I was a decent looking, 270 pounds. 6'2". I had long hair, like I looked like a big fucking dude, and I always thought it was weird. Like when Mike asked me to run the camera, I was like, you realize that I am bigger than most of your wrestlers on this. Like when you look at Mustafa Ali and Ricochet and O'Neal, the Water Boy, all these guys, like they're 5'7", 5'9", 5'10". It's like you're gonna have the camera guy staring over them. Like when he wanted me to ref, I told him, like, dude, I'm bigger than your wrestlers. Isn't that gonna look a little bit weird? He agreed with the ref thing. That's why I never refed. The camera thing, he
you
just
didn't want
figured
to be
like,
a
well, just
Jones? You didn't want to be a
no,
Jones?
no. I didn't want to go out there and be like, you're T Jones now. Like, nah, I'm not. I was good. It's just like I told him like I'm fine doing the camera, I'll do that, but I'm just letting you know it's just gonna look weird when this 6'2" big dude is carrying a camera, walking backwards while this 5'10" guy, it's like, but yeah, no, if you ever watch it, I can't remember which DVD it is, but yeah, if you watch it, the hard camera catches me on the footage of shooting the film, and yeah, There's travesty in its glory, filming.
So to go back to what you asked, um, so once the soul touches again, once everybody started kind of breaking us apart,
Mhm.
um, I felt lost. Um, like, what's my identity now?
Yeah.
Do
Well,
I
because
have?
yeah, because most of your career has been part of groups, right?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
like the biggest thing is me and Marche.
Hmm.
Me and Marche had been together
Yeah.
since day one for me. I'm not with Marche now.
Yeah.
So you even got to go back uh, uh, to Resistance Pro after Elite. That was our big thing. You know, um, and we were able to get more exposure. Um, we were on the CNN Chicagoland show because we did the. Uh, I I created the concept of what I call POP, Positive Outreach Program,
Okay.
and I still do it to this day. Um, and we were invited to go to Finger and put on a mini show, but afterwards talk to the kids, because Finger High School at that time had a bad reputation, not so good neighborhood, uh, in the middle of gang war because sat between two gangs. Um,
Um,
and, so for us to be able to go talk to those young people, and my message has always been like my daughters, you can be whatever you want to be. You know, you don't have to let your neighborhood, your city, even your family define who you are. You can be whatever you want to be. For us, we decided to become pro wrestlers.
mhm.
You know, a person can be whatever they want to if they put their mind to it. So to do the Chicagoland thing and be, on now again, nationally exposed
Yeah.
again. Um, they even recognized that me, Jazz Marche, and Lucy Menendez were all teachers, you know, and they talked to us separate versus everybody else. Um, like, okay, wow, like we're back up there. So here we are. Uh, and then things with resistance started to fall apart. And again, Willie always has a knack for staying, but me, Jazz, and Marche left
Mhm.
uh, because something had happened with Marche. And again, if you ask me, my loyalty will forever be with Marche because I can never repay him. So for us now, then Marche gets the contract with TNA, you know, and it's like, but I'm not there,
Yeah.
you know. So it's like, who am I? You know, I don't have Jazz. I don't have Willie. I don't have Shay. Who am I? Um, and it started at CSW. Um, Aaron Xavier was working for a company called Crash Tested. And this was the original version of Crash Tested. And he was like, hey, Red, I see them. Because at CSW, I wasn't doing shit.
Yeah.
I literally would show up, ask the booker, what am I doing tonight? And he's like, I have nothing for you. Like one night, he literally said, I want you during the middle of the match, walk out, walk around the ring like you're scouting talent, and walk to the back. That's it. And it was like, for me, it wasn't, it's not a bad thing because you can't like have the spotlight every show.
Yeah.
For me, CSW shows would be hard, and even now, because I get off work
Mhm.
and I've got to run right into rush hour traffic.
Yeah.
So a lot of those guys have the ability to either take off or they live nearby. You know, it's taking me 2 hours to get to a show. You know, so I want to feel like my time is valuable.
Yeah. You don't want to show up. You don't want to drive 2 hours just to sit in the back hoping that maybe they'll have something for you.
Right. So um that's why I left CSW, because it
Mhm.
was like I can't keep doing the drive every month for
Yeah.
2 hours and you have nothing for me.
Mhm.
So when Aaron asked me, he's like, "Yeah, man, I'm doing this thing at Crash Test, and I want to kind of create a new group, but I want them to be around like the Horsemen. You can be our James J. Dillon." And he was like, "And it's me and you, and I'm thinking about some other people." I was like, okay, you know, because people will tell you that all the time, you know,
It kind
and
of goes back to the Sam DeCero sergeant manager kind of mentality. It's like, okay, you say it, but when will it happen?
right,
Yeah.
right. So finally he called and he was like, "Hey man, I need you on this show." It was like, okay, we'll see. Um, and it's there where I met Steve, um, and like I forget, I think it was me, Aaron, and I can't remember, but then Miles was known as the king of the pre-show. Like he only did pre-show matches. Um, and Renee had just gotten out of a group,
Hmm.
and it was like, okay, two young kids I don't know anything about. I know Aaron. Like
How do you know Aaron? Like, where did you meet
me
Aaron
and
at
Aaron
in your
used to
career?
work at Dreamwave together.
Okay.
Uh, but me and Aaron, again, like one of those things, like you said, when you start working different places, you know,
Mhm.
you start clicking up with different people. You know, Aaron, you know, again, he worked at CSW, he worked at Dreamwave, you know, and I was always like me and Aaron always got along, and it wasn't um, my respect for him went past wrestling
Mhm.
because when me and Diamond divorced, I took it hard, and Aaron was one of those people. The night, so nobody knows this. Uh, on the way driving to the Dreamwave show, I decided to kill myself. Like on the way back, like I'm like, this is a 2 hour ride. It's
Yeah.
gonna be late. It's gonna be dark. I'm just gonna speed down the highway, drive into one of these ditches, and try to crash the car, and just end it. Like I had made my mind up.
Mhm.
And that night, uh, Shane Helms, Aaron, Mustafa Ali, are the three people that, and they didn't even know, but just kept talking to me because they saw, like, you've seen me when I'm happy,
Mhm.
you know. You've never seen me when like I'm like rock bottom, and they instantly knew something was wrong. And
Yeah.
Shane Helms had never seen me before,
Mhm.
so you know. everybody else is walking around smiling, and I'm like damn near about to lose it. Tears are like in my eyes, and I can't cry. You know, and it was like, you know, so it was like okay, but yeah, like from that moment on, like I loved Aaron. Aaron can ask me to streak naked in the middle of a show, and I'd probably do it just
It,
because I trust him. He was like, "It's gonna work. It's gonna work, Red. It's gonna work." Okay, I believe.
it's a weird concept. I mean, obviously, when you look at the character of Aaron Xavier, it's a weird concept to think about. But as you mentioned, what we talked about before this interview, before I pressed record and everything, we were talking a little bit about God. And my firm belief, and I don't know what your belief is or anything, but my firm belief is, obviously we mentioned the challenges that are put in place and everything. But I also believe that God gives us what we need to move forward in life. And it sounds like, if I look at it from my perspective, from an outside perspective, is that those guys were put in that place in that moment to give you another day.
Yeah, no, dude. So I'm like we talked about earlier. I believe in God.
Mhm.
Um, so I know there's a higher power, and I
Yeah.
do believe God puts people and things
Mhm.
uh, in your path. And my philosophy is, you know, um, that God has given us the power of choice. You
Yes.
know, so you're either going to make the good choice or the bad choice. Uh,
Mhm.
and again, hence the reason of the name of the group. For every action, there's a reaction, there's a consequence. And I'm a firm believer. If you make a if you do a good action, you should get a good reaction.
Yeah.
That consequence should be something positive, you know. But if you decide a bad action,
Mhm.
reaction probably is going to be bad itself,
Yeah.
and the consequence will probably be worse than that.
Yeah.
So yeah, so Aaron was there for a reason, and all of them.
Yeah.
But being with Miles and Renee, so I'm sure you've heard me say this. Uh, Renee, I found out was my cousin and didn't even know
I remember that in your IPW speech,
it.
and your last IPW as a worker show. I remember that.
Yeah, like I didn't know that. Like
Mm.
we, she wound up at my cousin's house, and I'm like, that living room looks familiar. I text her, why are you in my cousin's living room? No, it's my cousin. And like, damn it, lady. Ah, great. The Queen of Mean is my cousin. Ah, but she's such a sweetheart. But to hang out with her and Miles
Mhm.
and see like they want it, you know, but at the same time, I can't give it to you the way I gave. Like I don't have it in me the way I gave it to Shay, Jazz, and Willie. Like,
Yeah.
like you got to do some things yourself, you know, and I can help, and I'm still helping to this day. Um, but just seeing that hunger in them, like kind of renewed that fire inside of me, um, and like that just, I think being because Miles, nobody knows this. Miles is funny as hell.
You know, I'm glad you said that because I don't know. I don't know what was decided, but I'm glad it was at SCW. Your last SCW show, I think, was like what, like last September, October. It was the end of last year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, it was October.
October.
Was it the night Max kicked me in the face?
Yeah, I think that was. I think that might have been September. That might have been
Yeah.
Wrestle. Maybe it was
Yeah.
WrestleTopia. October was Steam Hollow, and I think your last show was at Shabans.
Yeah.
Um, ever since you've been gone, and obviously Mercer being the SCW Genesis champion, Renee's the former champion, Angel the defeater. He's been coming out more comedic, and he's been like more happy go lucky, and it's been really entertaining. So I don't know if that was just like a natural like evolution in what he's doing as a character, or somebody realized what you saw as in he's actually a funny dude. Let's put that out in there because he just had a match with the Cobra at the last show, which was a fantastic matchup. But when he started out, obviously, Cobra has that like serious mentality, like he's not out there to joke around. But Marche had that, like, hey, we're gonna have a good time here. It's gonna be fun, that joking kind of like mentality. Uh, at the end of the match, after everything was all said and done, and they went to a draw twice. You saw like not Marche, Mercer stop the humor, and it was cool to see it because we also saw it when he took on Acid Jazz earlier, like a couple months before that, and they were able to have that goofiness and that joking. So I see it as I don't know Mercer personally, but in the ring as a character, he is entertaining, and he could get a laugh out of a crowd easily.
Yeah. Dude, I'll say one of the things that I do miss, whether it's Marche and Jazz or with Miles, when I would tag with Miles,
Mhm.
sometimes like when I work, I just want to have fun.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And you know, Jazz would say stupid stuff. Um, I'll never forget. Quick story. We're doing a trios match in Ohio. Of course, it's Jazz, Willie, and Marche.
Mhm.
And Willie pounces a dude through the ropes. And if it wasn't for the guardrail, dude would have landed like in the fourth row.
Oh God.
Marche and Jazz literally jumped down off the apron and run around the ring with their hands up like, oh, like, and I'm standing there like, what the hell? But it was so funny.
Hmm.
Now that same show, what we did a Friday and Saturday,
Yeah.
or Saturday and Sunday. Yeah, Saturday and Sunday. That Saturday, and again, this is something I'm gonna try to tell it, but Marche tells it best. So again, we do the Soldier Boy. That's our thing. But the stage isn't that big for all four of us to come out on.
Yeah.
So I tell the guys, okay, they were like, we can't dance. We can't dance tonight. We can't dance. And I'm like, okay. In my head, we dancing.
Yeah.
I don't know how, but we're dancing. Didn't think I just bought brand new red, I think they were alligator shoes. Brand new bottoms. Never been worn. We go out there. I go out there, I'm first. Yeah. Yeah. They have a ramp, not stairs, because top part was the stage.
Yeah.
So you go down the ramp to get to the ring, and I took that first step. And I'm in the air. And I just fall straight back. And I take a bump and slide down the ramp. When I say
Oh, wow.
they died laughing right there during the entrance. And I'm like, what the hell? And I couldn't do nothing but laugh because hell, it didn't happen to me. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Like shit. This is fucked up. So I'm like, yeah, this is pretty bad. This is pretty bad. This is pretty bad. So to have my own team just sit there and bust up on me.
You know, there's a question I had to ask since we're on the topic of soul touchers again, real quick. What was that chant you guys were doing when you get in a circle and you're wiggling your fingers? Yeah, what were you guys saying?
You gonna make me buy me some.
Okay, years, almost decades, never knew it. And for some reason, every time I saw you, I always wanted to ask, and I forgot because I thought you guys were just like mumbling or gibbering, like just doing like digga 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 digga. Whoa! I had no idea it was actually words. For years, I wondered this.
Some kind of way we came up with you gonna buy me some.
Mm-hmm.
And I forget the context that it was said in.
Yeah.
And it was like, I do know we tried to the bushes. So if you've ever seen the movie with Mark Wahlberg and Will Ferrell, The Rock, and Sam Jackson.
The other guys?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
other guys.
Yeah,
So,
aim for the bushes. Love that scene.
right. So, like for a while, that was our thing, right?
Yeah.
Like, to the bushes, to the bushes, to the bushes. We know we needed something catchy.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, again, like, so you gonna, we, like, somebody said, you should buy this type of pop or these bags of chips or something. And we just kept saying that night in the locker room, you gonna make me buy me some. You gonna make me buy me some. You gonna make me buy me some. But when I spelled it,
Mm-hmm.
especially on the t-shirts, I didn't spell it in actual words. Again, that Prince mentality. You gonna make me buy with a I, me, SUM, some. So people still couldn't read it. But if they just looked at it hard enough, they would
Yeah.
understood. But yeah.
That's years, brother. I tell you, when I say like, especially like when I go back and I watch some of the old Elite Pro stuff, and you guys come out, you Soldier Boy, and then all of a sudden you do that thing in the middle. I was like, I'm trying to even. I put subtitles on, hoping that it would show up, and it just says inaudible. I'm just like, thanks, technology.
Really? Oh wow.
And here's the thing: in my mind, when I was like, I need to get C Red on, and I need to talk about his history. The first thing in my head is like, when we get to Soul Touchers, this is a question, and I blew past it. And I'm so glad. I'm so glad we came back around because now I know, because I knew it. Like as soon as we're done and I lay down to go to bed, that's gonna pop in my head and it's gonna haunt me. It's like, okay, time to sleep, and then my brain's gonna go, what are they saying in the chant? And then I'll be up for the rest of the night.
Well, now you can sleep peacefully.
Now I can sleep peacefully. Excellent. So you're with Aaron at Crash Tested. You're creating ARC, Mercer, and RVP are part of it. There were more people added down the line, right?
Yeah, so Aaron, story wise, lost the match, and he became like the general manager, that type of role.
Okay.
Um, we had been fighting with Rion since the beginning. Rion was baby, and of course, so like uh, when you see Rion, ask him about me and nut shots. I don't give. I believe in taking people out for real. Because he says every time we got in the ring, I gave him a nut shot every time, and it's like, yeah, that's pretty much true. Yeah. So, um, it was one of those things where you can't beat them, join them.